Diego Lopes versus Jean Silva, a fight that went under the radar on a night dominated by Terence Crawford's upset victory over Canelo Alvarez. But make no mistake, this was one of the most dramatic featherweight battles of the year, a violent chess match that ended with one of the nastiest knockouts we've seen inside the Octagon. From the very start, you could feel the tension. Lopes, the rising contender with a dangerous submission game and underrated striking, standing across from Silva, a dynamic athlete known for his explosiveness and raw power. Two men with something to prove, one chasing a title shot, the other determined to silence the doubters. The opening round set the tone immediately. Silva, true to his style, came forward with aggression, looking to overwhelm Lopes with pressure and heavy shots. But Lopes was calm, composed, waiting. Silva threw a spinning attack, one of his signature weapons, but this time it backfired. Lopes timed it perfectly, slipped behind him, and secured a takedown straight into side control. No scrambling through guard, no wasted motion, straight to dominance. That's the risk of spinning techniques. They're highlight reel material when they land, but when they don't, you give up your back. And against someone like Lopes, that's a death sentence. On the ground, Lopes showed why his grappling is so respected. He controlled the position, advanced to mount, and began raining down heavy elbows. Those crushing 12-6 strikes split through Silva's defense, crashing into his skull with brutal precision. From the bottom, Silva was trapped. He tried to bridge, he tried to hip escape, but Lopes kept his balance, maintained his base, and punished him. It was a reminder. This man has competed in grappling tournaments around the world. He knows how to control, how to suffocate, how to hurt. But yet, Silva wasn't done. That's what makes him dangerous. Even after absorbing hellish ground and pound, the moment he scrambled back to his feet, he came forward like nothing had happened. Hands low, chin tucked, walking Lopes down. Silva is not your typical rhythm-based striker. He doesn't rely on feints, head movement, or slick defensive layers. He is a raw, explosive athlete. Waiting, then detonating like a grenade. He clipped Lopes with heavy shots in the pocket. A left hook, then a right hand crashing through the guard. For the first time, Lopes staggered. For the first time, the tide looked like it might turn. Silva smelled blood. The crowd roared. The pace quickened. But here's the thing about Diego Lopes. He doesn't just survive fire, he thrives in it. Late in the round, the two exchanged in a wild flurry. Silva pressed forward recklessly, desperate to land the fight-ending shot. His weight overcommitted, his balance betrayed him. Lopes saw the opening. In the chaos, he uncorked a perfectly timed spinning back elbow, the kind of strike that ends careers. It landed flush on the side of Silva's head. The impact was instant. Silva crumbled to the canvas, cut open, eyes vacant. The referee dove in. Fight over. In that split second, Diego Lopes went from surviving to conquering. But the drama wasn't finished. After the stoppage, Silva, still emotional, struck Lopes in the back of the head, a cheap shot born of frustration. Lopes didn't retaliate. He simply shook his head, walked away, and later told reporters, "This guy talked all week, then tried to be my friend after hitting me. I don't understand." I told his coaches, "Put respect on my name. This game has levels, and I showed everyone tonight." That statement carried weight because Lopes didn't just win. He didn't just stop Silva. He proved he belongs in the conversation with the division's elite. The stats back it up. Lopes outlanded Silva in significant strikes, scored multiple takedowns, and controlled the grappling exchanges from start to finish. Silva had his moments, no doubt. Dangerous spinning elbows, powerful hooks, explosive bursts. But every time he gambled, Lopes had an answer. And in the end, the biggest gamble of all, that wild forward rush, cost him the fight. Robert Whitaker, watching cageside, praised Silva's heart, pointing out how he bounced back after being dominated early, but he also admitted only someone as tough and composed as Lopes could have withstood the storm Silva brought. Alexander Volkanovski echoed the same, noting Lopes has now proven he can deal with these so-called new generation fighters that people once thought would take over. This win wasn't just about survival. It was about validation. For Diego Lopes, the road ahead is clear. He's young, hungry, and already talking about big fights. Maybe Aljamain Sterling. Maybe the winner of Lerone Murphy versus Volkanovski. He wants names. He wants legacy. And with a performance like this, it's hard to deny him. For Jean Silva, this is a bitter pill. Once seen as the future of the Fighting Nerds team, now he joins his teammates on a skid. 3 losses in a row for the camp. Silva himself humbled and stitched up. But that's the nature of MMA. One mistake can erase months of preparation. One strike can change your future. When the dust settled, one truth became clear. This game has levels. And on this night, Diego Lopes showed the world he's climbing them faster than anyone expected. This wasn't just a win. This was a statement. And the featherweight division better be ready, because Diego Lopes isn't just knocking on the door of greatness, he's kicking it wide open.